Hello students, welcome to the fourth lecture of chapter 1, Nature and Significance of Management. In this fourth lecture, we'll be covering two topics. First is levels of management, second is functions of management. Now as you can see on the screen, there are three levels of management. One is top, second is middle, and the third is lower. Now, very important to understand is that who all are falling under these three levels of management. What kind of designations or positions are in top or in middle or in lower level of management. We need to identify them one by one. Let us first discuss about top level management. Who all comes under this level? Board of Directors, Chairman, General Manager, President, Vice President, Chief Executive Officer, Chief Financial Officer, Chief Operating Officer, all these type of positions or designations or people having these designations fall under top level of management. So primarily these are the people who are at the top. They are in and out involved in planning and organizing the activities of the organization. Then comes second level, which is middle level of management. Now let us see who all falls under this level of management. The designations or positions like purchase manager, sales manager, marketing manager, executive officer, plant superintendent, divisional heads, departmental heads, all fall under this middle level of management. They are primarily the linking pin between the top level and the lower level of management. Now let us understand who all falls under lower level of management. The positions or designations like supervisor, superintendent, foreman, section officer, clerk, sub-department executive, etc. they fall under lower level of management. In our case studies, we'll be asked to identify the positions held by uh, these people and in what level of management they fall in. And we need to understand these positions very clearly. So top level, board of directors, chairman, general manager, president, vice president, senior vice president, all chiefs, they fall under top level. In middle level, purchase manager, sales manager, accounts manager, marketing manager, superintendent, divisional heads, departmental heads, they all fall under middle level. And for lower level of management, supervisor, superintendent, foreman, section officer, clerk, sub-department executive, etc. fall under lower level. In this diagram, you will be seeing two important terms, authority and accountability. Now, top level is having the highest form of authority with them, and lower level is having the highest accountability. Another important thing which you need to understand is that middle level management is also called as operation level management or operation level designations, and lower level management is also called as supervisory level or operational level. So in the case studies, it can be asked in this fashion as well. Now let us move on to the next aspect of levels of management, is that understanding what are the roles and responsibilities of various levels of management. Before that, we'll also like to understand there is another area which is called as platform area. Under platform area, all the non-managerial level personnel fall under this platform area, which includes workers, gardeners, peons, and other non-managerial members. So you have to keep a note of it that anyone who is non-managerial level will fall in platform area. This can be asked in a multiple choice question or otherwise also in a case study. Don't get confused with the lower level management and the platform area. Lower level management is also having some managerial status in an organization, but platform area are all non-managerial levels. Now let us move on to the roles and responsibilities of top, middle and lower level of management. So top level management primary functions or responsibilities are they need to identify the overall objectives of the organization, whether long term or short term. Then the next important responsibility is framing overall plans and policies for the organization. The next is they need to organize all the activities or tasks for the middle level management people. Then they need to assemble the resources required by the organization, which includes finance, fixed assets, working capital, so on and so forth. They are also responsible for welfare and survival of the organization. They are also responsible for liaison with the outside world like government, competitors, suppliers, media, etc. The job of top level management is very complex, very stressful. They need to integrate their business activities with the dynamic world outside. They need to make important changes. They need to keep planning and keep organizing the activities on daily basis, and they need to do overall resource management. So I'll reiterate: top level management in functions involved determining overall objectives, framing overall plans and policies, organizing resources, welfare and survival of the organization, liaison with the outside world, that is relationships maintenance with the outside world, that is government, competitors, suppliers, media, etc. Because these all stakeholders are involved in the operations in some or the other way. Now let us move on to middle and operation level management roles and responsibilities. A very important function of this level of management is to interpret the plans and policies framed by the top level to the lower level. They have to interpret their overall plans and policies to the lower level to understand and to direct their activities towards a common goal. Second is they need to organize activities for their very respective department. For example, marketing manager will organize the activities of its marketing department. Similarly, HR manager will organize activities for their HR department, so on and so forth. They also need to do recruitment and selection of employees. They need to motivate people to perform to their best. They need to control and instruct employees and direct their activities. They need to cooperate and coordinate with other departments for smooth functioning. Without coordination and cooperation between various departments like marketing, purchase, production, quality, the goals cannot be achieved. It will be total confusion and chaos. So in order to avoid that, there has to be complete coordination between various departments, and departmental heads, that is middle level, has to do that as their role. They importantly act as linking pin between the top level and the lower level of management. They also exercise the functions of top level for their very respective department. Please understand that top level will do it for the organization as a whole, plans and policies, but for middle level, framing plans and policies and interpreting them to the lower level is for their respective very department, and organizing the resources also for their very respective department. Now let us move on to lower supervisory or operational level. Their primary task is to represent grievances of workers. They need to address their grievances and talk and tell top level or middle level about whatever is going wrong or whatever is going good with the workers. They need to provide good working conditions. They need to look after safety of the workers. They need to check on the quality output, lesser wastage of resources, maintaining quality standards, boosting the morale of workers, minimizing the wastage of resources. They actually carry on the important work and activities on the ground as per the plans of top and middle level management. Their authority is limited. They pass on instructions to the lower level of workers and report to the middle level. They also support middle level in doing the hiring of required personnel. So hope you all understand the roles and responsibilities or functions of top level, middle level and lower level. Now let us move on to the next topic, which is also very important topic: functions of management. So what are the functions of management? There are 5 important functions of management, that is planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling, and their sequence has to be followed in this fashion only, very strictly. First we plan, then we organize the resources, then we do the hiring of people, then we direct those people, and we control their activities. I'll also suggest you to read this book, Corporate Chanakya, which will make you an effective manager in your life. Now let us understand these functions of management in detail. First function is planning. This is a very important first function performed by every manager. It deals with that what to decide the things in advance. What to do, when to do, how to do, who is going to do it. We all do that in planning format. It bridges the gap between where we are today and where we want to reach. It is the base of all other functions. Very importantly, so it is the most important and primary function performed by every manager. Without planning, we cannot achieve our organizational goals or objectives. We have to plan them meticulously, and then only we can be successful. The next function is organizing. So once we are clear about the plans, we then develop the organizational structure to execute that plan. Setting up an organized structure is to decide the framework of working, how many units, subunits, or departments are needed, and then we decide about posts or designations in each department. Then we distribute authority and responsibility. This is how we work on the organizing function. We try to create an organization structure, various who will be working at top, who will be working at middle level, who will be working at lower level, who will be reporting to whom, what kind of authority and responsibility will be given to each and every one. And then we also decide about the non-managerial levels. The next function in line is staffing. So once we are clear with the organization structure, we do the staffing part, which means that we recruit, select, appoint the employees, assign the duties, and take care of their grievances as well. We also include training and development, deciding salaries, promotions, increments. We also evaluate their performance from time to time and maintain their personal records of leaves or attendance, overtime, um, awards, recognitions, so on and so forth. So first we do planning, then we do organizing the organization structure, then we try to fill in that organization structure by hiring the right people for the right job. Then comes the function of directing. Once the people are on board, we need to instruct and motivate them to perform as per the organizational goals and objectives. We need to supervise their activities. We need to communicate those plans and policies to them. We need to lead them into the right direction. We supervise them, we motivate them, we communicate with them, and we also show our leadership skills in managing the people with various competencies. Then comes controlling part. This is the last function of management. First was planning, the last one is controlling. Now this function relates to the comparison of actual performance with the planned performance. If we don't do that, we will not be able to understand where we are leading to. Whether we are closely, we are able to closely achieve our objectives, or we are not able to achieve those objectives, we have to do some analysis of deviations. Supposedly we planned about making 1000 units in a month, and in actually we were able to make only 500 units. So there is a gap of 500 units between the actual and the planned one. So management has to look into the reasons and causes for this short of target, either and we need to address those for our next month target. So controlling function plays a very important role in suggesting the corrective measures or reasons for, or identifying the reasons of deviations. It is a measurement of performance and follow-up actions to keep the actual performance on path of planned output, right? So controlling further leads to planning as well. From controlling, we come to know what went wrong and what went right, and accordingly we do modify our plans for the further period. Hope you understand all the functions of management. First it is planning, then it is organizing, then it is staffing, then it is directing, then it is controlling. So major focus of management function at different levels. The top level managers generally focus on planning and organizing part. Middle level managers focus on staffing and coordination part. Lower level managers focus on directing and controlling as they give direction to workers. So we hereby comes to the end of this tutorial, and where we understood the levels of management, their roles and responsibilities, the designations involved in all those levels, and then we talked about the 5 functions of management. So please like, share and comment this video. See you in the next tutorial of this chapter. Thank you so much.